I used to cry myself.
The glaring, obvious reasons to not be around men.
To sleep at night.
Stop giving your cookie up for free and make everything transactional.
But that was all.
In order to love them, that is work, girl. You be working.
Before he came.
If he ain't got no money, he shouldn't even open his mouth.
In a way, I can understand if there actually is a male loneliness epidemic, because if you're a young man in today's environment in 2025 and you open social media, you're hearing the message that you are essentially a waste of space.
Nuclear family destroys the divine ratio. Because some of y'all still want men around. This is 10% of the equation, 5 to 10%. XX is 90%. This is the divine ratio of masculine to feminine. There only needs to be a little masculinity, not much.
This is what I picture when a woman tells me she wants to get married. We got the kids. Mommy, 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 play, eat, help, I'm bored. A bunch of kids. And then we have the male child of a husband. Cook, clean, 50-50, sex, nurture me. And then there's you, tired and drained. This is a sacrifice. This is what y'all are asking for. Y'all are asking to basically unalive yourself slowly. So then, now the woman is drained. Now this is where the 80% of women wants to divorce.
I may have spoken about the song All the Man That I Need before, but I'm going to speak about it again, because not only was Whitney Houston and her voice a force of nature, but this song itself was. It's hard to believe that just 35 years ago, a song like this was in heavy rotation on music video shows and pop radio. The song starts, I used to cry myself to sleep at night, but that was all before he came. I thought love had to hurt to turn out right. But now he's here, it's not the same. It's not the same. He fills me up, he gives me love, more love than I've ever seen. He's all I've got in this world, but he's all the man.
First of all, I want to thank God, because this is the Gospel Award, huh? This is my first BET Award, even though I've been here 3 years to get nominated 6 times every time. It's a blessing to get the Gospel Award first, because I owe it all to God. Shout out to BET too. I love BET too. Shout out to Kirk Franklin. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared to ask him for a feature on this song, because y'all know how I be rapping. But I was like, oh my God, when he said yes, I was so excited. I had this song in the bar for so long.
There are times when I watch clips of the modern BET type award shows and I can't help but feel old. Not necessarily because someone who is winning an award for Gospel Artist of the Year is dancing with a tea-back on the stage, but more so because the deep emotion that was invoked in the songs of old would have been celebrated by Mariah Carey's and Gladys Knight's, and as you've heard in this particular video, Whitney Houston. Songs that evoked not just emotion and love, but inspiration. An inspiration that, sad to say, has kind of disappeared from modern black music.
All women from all ages and all races realizing that marriage is and just an excuse for men to suck the life force out your ass, that makes me feel good. I love that. But you know what really makes me giggle and kick my feet? When I think about how marriage was designed to exclude black women, at least used to exclude black women, and we're the least likely to get married, the least desirable, and at this time, the most progressive. So even when they try to exclude you, it ain't nothing but God's protection.
And in the morning, when I kiss
What do you bring to the table? Baby, I am the table. Don't ever ask me that. Don't ever, as a man, fix your lips to ask me that. Okay, princess?
The second verse starts, and in the morning when I kiss his eyes. Can you imagine that in a song in 2025? It just doesn't exist. In the morning when I kiss his eyes, he takes me down and rocks me slow. And in the evening when the moon is high, he holds me close and won't let go.
He won't let go.
It seems like lyrics from another dimension.
Dating men is work. Actually, it might not be recognized as work, but loving men is a lot of work. Loving the people who kill you is a lot of work.
Russian versus American girls. Do you cook at home?
Да. Но если он будет часто хотеть, то я буду ему часто готовить.
Cook at home.
No. Да. Особенно парню я всегда готовлю обязательно. И мне нравится, в принципе, для любимого человека готовить. Но он спортсмен, и, соответственно, я готовлю что-нибудь с курицей обязательно.
I do. Probably like twice or 3 times a week.
Да, конечно. Часто. Картошечка. Запеченная картошечка. Как же без мяса? Мужчину нужно кормить только мясом.
Like twice a week.
I say like every week.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like once a week.
Конечно. Обязательно. Каждый день. Завтрак, обед, ужин.
Really value health, so being able to make my own food, knowing where it's sourced from.
Конечно, очень люблю это дело. Готовлю часто, потому что у меня муж и ребенок.
Sheer 7 taught me. I just added a little razzle dazzle. Check this out.
Hello?
Hey, I saw you called. I'm here at the doctor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I called you earlier. What you doing at the doctor's? It's late.
I mean, at urgent care. My stomach's upset and I just feel hot. I don't know what's going on. Huh?
Have they seen you yet?
No. They said I have to pay a $300 bill from the last visit. I don't know.
Okay. All right, I'll send it to you in 1 second. It's no big deal.
Okay. Oh, I just don't know what to do. And then today's visit, probably today's visit. Huh?
I said I wasn't telling you right now. I'm sending it over, so tell them.
But today's visit might be like $500. So it's gonna come up to like 1,000. I don't know what to do.
Okay, well, whatever the time is, just let me know.
Okay.
I'll send it over.
Okay.
Okay.
As always, it's very possible that this is a skit just for social media, but what's more important is the sheer number of people that are replying to this post celebrating the behavior, essentially saying that this is Shearer 7 textbook how to get money from a man. It doesn't matter if you're lying to him or you hurt him. It's all fair that just try and use men for what you can get out of them. Now, it's a very cynical way of looking at dating, and that's one thing to get out of this particular clip. But another thing is, if you're trying to be the guy that Whitney Houston is singing about, the kind of guy that makes her sing that song, then if you're that guy in this situation, you're just going to get used up thinking that you're being the right kind of guy. And in this kind of misandrous swamp, if you will, if many young ladies simply think that loving a man is work and you should just play a man for any thing that you can get out of a man, then you trying to be that man in this environment is just going to get you used, which again points back to Glorilla. There's no inspiration in her music, and you can hear the difference between the Russian young ladies and the American young ladies. The idea that they would cook for a man is almost off-putting, but you see the Russian young ladies are simply saying, I cook for my man. He gives me something that is immeasurable, and I try to give him what I can because he has something special and it makes me feel good. Something that is borderline blasphemy to say these days in the West. If you know Whitney Houston the way Gen X knows Whitney Houston in the 80s and the early 90s, you know that she absolutely demolished this bridge. He fills me up, he gives me love, more love than I've ever seen, and she repeats it several times, but with an emotion that you can't help but just get goosebumps from. And that is noticeably missing when you watch the award shows or any of the newer displays of Black excellence in entertainment, that 9 times out of 10, the entertainment turns to sexual gyrations or explicit shows of wanting someone for their physical presence, their bodily excitement, or the physical wonderfulness that comes from being together with someone that feels good. But it's absent the inspiration, the true feeling that you're with someone that makes you a better person, that inspiration that makes you want to cook for your man, to think that the ups and downs of a marriage are not necessarily things that are taking life force from you, but that's something that you're willing to sacrifice because a man is bringing a life force into your particular life that you value. That's gone. You don't see any of it in any of the award shows, on any of the social media. And it's frankly sad to see, because when you go back to the emotion, the raw power of the song that Whitney is singing, a man will jump through a brick wall for a woman like that. And now on social media, instead what you get is women essentially saying to insist or to idealize a man to the point where I would do something remotely helpful to him is repulsive. In fact, I'll lie to him. I'll do whatever I have to do to extract as much wealth as I can or value I can from him, discard him, and find another man because he's going to do the same thing to me first. And that is an extremely sad state of things, because between the two sexes, men are clearly the most romantic. And if men stop being romantic, then we lose everything. Even a woman like Whitney Houston singing a song like that to a man that loves her. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Catch you next video. Take care.